forgot I had to do this. Part 2 of the Bendis, the talk about Bendis and the Year of the Villain and that whole thing. Yeah. They haven't caught up to 1 second. Mama?
Yeah.
Can I have the most recent Action Comics 1021, I think?
What do you got right there?
It's the two,
Yeah.
the two young
Oh, you want
Justices.
action? You want action?
Yeah.
Oh. You want 21? There's 21.
Alright.
Right on top.
They haven't caught up to this. The story hasn't explained how this happened quite yet. And I know Bendis will eventually. But Bendis always does. He's good for it. It's not like, oh, H.P. Lovecraft, where he writes down a good idea, and then years later, people have to elaborate on it. No. It's more like Grant Morrison would be a good example, but I don't think even Bendis is on that level. Yeah. Eventually, they're going to have to explain what happened with this, but Superman's going to be in the next one of the Young Justices, number 15, after this. After 14. 14, let's start there, was okay, but at the same time, we know it was Dr. Manhattan that did that. If you follow along with the with the with the Doomsday Clock, we know it was that character, but what we don't know, and I'll be eager to find out, is does Bart remember his time as the Flash? Yeah, that's what I was kind of hinting at in the last review, where Valerie, his girlfriend, from when before he grew down. Yeah, Valerie was kind of a crucial character to that, and she just got pushed by the wayside. It was kind of hinted at that Bart can remember some of the stuff that happened to him before. Yeah, he he grew down with the Legion, but it hasn't been explicitly spelled out. And I looked at the next solicitation for one of these, the Young Justices. And they say they tie into Action Comics in an interesting way, which I'm willing to bet is this battle right here. or they tie into the cover. Who knows? But what they aren't going to say is what happens to Superboy Prime. Because that would be resolved in Shazam. And you can't ruin one book with another book. Even though Superboy Prime realistically would be like, where's Connor? Yeah, where's Connor? He's pissed at that at Connor and such like that. But they can't, ruin it by saying, oh, he, but he's always been the adversary for Superboy Prime ever since he came back the first time. Superboy Prime is for all you people who aren't the uninitiated, I guess. He he's kind of like the guy from Brightburn, which I finally got around to watching, but they did it better as Superboy Prime, despite all the gore and the yeah. Superboy Prime is kind of like it's like what if Superman was on our Earth basically, and he's a complete he's a meanie, he's a jerk, and Connor has been fighting against him for years. He even died at some point and said, "Oh, there you go." And then he got brought back right around the same time as Bart with the Legion. Same thing, same conditions, same everything. But do they remember their time in the future? Is the thing I want to find out, or is it just gonna be a complete waste of time? Are they going to even acknowledge Legion of Three Worlds? Because I've always played it like there's still a reality out there somewhere where Dick Grayson's probably Batman and Bart Allen's probably still the Flash and let's see what else, and Connor Kent is well on his way to being Superman. Yeah. Because if you remember, right before Mr. Oz, they brought back the Titans' future, which is the closest future they they got to what I'm describing. And Bart was there, but again, they didn't explain why or how. Yeah. So I'm very excited about 15, but ideally I'm gonna give it till at least 17 to allow out a decent story. So that's where I stand on the. I mean, even if they do introduce, say, the Batman Who Laughs in this book, if they tie them both together and say Action Comics came right during the next one of these, right? Came near 15, right? Well, that would mean they'd have some time to tie in the Batman Who Laughs and the end of the story too. They might have time to like finish it, and I don't know, maybe add some stuff too, like um when the when the when Luthor's men were defeated, that's when a large clump of Speed Force came, and um, the Batman Who Laughs took sideways. I don't know. Just they could tie something in there like that. In part 3 of these, I will finally do the Flash, and I will see if the if the Speed for the Metron's chair story, the Speed Force Metron's chair story is everything it's cracked up to be. Mom wanted to read it now, but I have a lot of books to go through when it comes to the Flash, and then we will be all caught up until I get Hell on Earth, the end of the Batman Who Laughs, Year of the Villain saga. And I think I'll finish Warlord of Mars before that. So until next time, until we find out what happens to all those characters, Bob out. Oh, and I love that he's bringing in obscure characters like Warlord. I, I'm hoping that he brings in Brother Power. Yeah. Come on, Bendis. You can do it. Like, comment, and subscribe. This time for real. Bob out.